first.
I believe this is on. Roddy Piper, age 61, one of my childhood heroes, has passed away. Cardiac arrest. Roddy had gotten very, very bad into his drinking the past several years, and I believe it finally caught up with him. Roddy was a man who never lacked charisma, was never bashful, never shy of anything to say, and that's what I love about him. In today's day and age of entertainers and guys who more amplify Hulk Hogan than in-ring generals like Ric Flair, Roddy Piper epitomized a true professional wrestler. The man was entertaining on the microphone, one of the greatest villains of all time, controversial and amazing to watch in the ring. He was an absolutely tremendous athlete. For that reason, I place him in the top 5 of all time. Roddy Piper was a real idol to me. I hate doing this shit. Yes, I get emotional for professional wrestling. That's just me. Fucking judge me for it. Roddy Piper was a true inspiration for me, as my dad used to always gimmick him as a kid when I was growing up. Roddy Piper's words moved me. A lot of things I do are based on Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper influenced guys like Steve Austin, CM Punk, and Dean Ambrose. And as you can see, those are 3 big inspirations in my life. So put 2 and 2 together, it all equals Roddy Piper. The way he speaks, the way he carries himself, the way he can be controversial and has a bunch of different sides, that's just me. That's who I am. A lot of people have even said that to me, that they see a lot of hot rod in me, and I take that with class and honor, because it's a privilege to be. I could never be compared to a man like Roddy Piper. I wouldn't want to. But it's very refreshing knowing that a lot of people see that within my personality. Roddy Piper had a quote on Twitter. I forget how long ago this was. I don't remember it word for word, but it went along the lines of, be kind to others. Always try to put yourself in other shoes. Realize why your worst enemy is the way they are. Maybe somebody's miserable because they have no happiness. Be kind. Take time to realize not everybody looks at it in your perspective. And I hold that true to my life. Emotional thinking of that too. I hold that true to my life because a lot of my life it's been hard for me to, understand why others, when there's been an argument, I've always wanted to be right. And the past year or so, I kind of dwindled off of that a little bit. If I don't like somebody, I don't pretend to. That's just something I haven't done. But I can at least look at my worst enemy and smile at, if I absolutely have to, put my arm on him, shake my head and say, you know what? I don't like you, but this is going to help your day. Hey, man, God bless you. I guess I always have a way of being the bigger person. Well, not always, but lately, this new family has a way of being the bigger person. And I guess that's the Roddy Piper in me. I'm just trying to realize in my life that it's short. No matter what, it's not worth hating anybody, no matter what they do. You can hate what people do, but hating people themselves is just it's not in my nature. I don't wish anything bad on anybody, because that karma comes quicker than a bullet out of a barrel of a hot gun. And that's something someday I'm going to teach my son. That's something I think Roddy Piper amplified. Now, as a villain, of course, he antagonized, he drove nuts, but he was a true I don't know the word I'm looking for here. Character to work for. He enlightened everybody that had the privilege of being around him or being in the ring with him. I see all these tweets of these guys: CM Punk, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Hulk Hogan. Even though I'm personally not a fan of Hogan, and I really don't back what he just did. So many guys that he touched. But he has a home now. That place up there, it's growing with a bunch of formidable talent, a bunch of main event talent. And he'll be facing off against guys that he's all too familiar with, like the Ultimate Warrior, like Ravishing Rick Rude, Dusty Rhodes, Bam Bam Bigelow, Junkyard Dog, Owen Hart. My dream match would be Eddie Guerrero versus Hot Rod himself. Oh man, I can't wait till I get up there. Maybe I can witness that. But all I know is it's a sad day in the professional wrestling world, and this is my tribute to, in my eyes, one of the greatest performers and entertainers we have ever seen in the business. Rest in peace, Roddy Piper. As he was rowdy before rowdy was cool. And I like to say, me personally, I was a lunatic before being a lunatic was cool, and I was old school before old school was cool. And just when you think you got all the answers, I changed the questions. Rest in peace, Roddy Piper. We love you. God bless.